What's up, you guys? Sean Ross Sapp of Fightful here with a name you know because she has been the star of Fightful content over the last week. It's Trent's mom, Sue. Sue, how are you?
I'm fine, thanks. Thank you so much for calling me. This is wonderful. Thanks.
I don't think I have been as excited for an interview in recent memory in a while. You've become a sensation on AEW programming and even behind the scenes.
It's an amazing experience for me. I absolutely love it. It's hysterical. I just can't even believe that Greggy got me, brought me into the storyline. I think it's hysterical.
So how did that happen? How was that pitched to you? Did he just say, "Hey, do you want to do this?"
It was like, I think it was like the weekend before. I want to say it was like on a Friday or something like that. And he said, "Oh, we're talking about you driving us up in a van and dropping us off. It's not definite yet, but would you be interested?" And I was like, "Yeah, sure, I'd be interested." He goes, "All right, I'll let you know." I think it was Sunday. He goes, "Okay, I'm flying home to pick you up." He flew to Myrtle Beach, and he picked me up, and we drove down to Jacksonville, and that's how it started. I was like, there was like no, there was like 3 days before I knew anything about it. He discussed it with Chucky, and I forgot how it came about, but I couldn't believe it. I was like, "Sure, I'll go." It was so exciting.
Yeah, he had mentioned in an interview with Aubrey Edwards that he saw so many people driving in trucks and all that. He was like, "Man, it'd be
Yes.
really."
Oh, that's
Yeah.
right. That's right. Yes, that's how it started. He saw them and he goes, "Why don't I have my mom?" And Chucky loved it. Yes, you're right.
So
Yeah,
the
it's
van
great.
has become a star of its own. Is that a rental or is that your actual van?
I don't know how I should answer that.
Oh, that's okay. That's okay. You don't have to expose the business, so to speak. So to speak
I
here.
don't. Yeah, I don't. I'm not sure about that. I'm like,
I mean, it's the woman makes the van, not the van makes the woman. You know what I mean?
Oh,
It's a matter.
thank you.
So how did you feel
Right.
when you made your first appearance and then people liked it so much that they kept asking you to be involved and you're referenced in the story after that? I mean, how did you feel about that? Was it I mean, he's been around wrestling for a long time, so you've obviously
Yes.
seen him wrestle for a long time, but you've never quite been a part of the story, so to speak, like this.
No, not like this. No, he had me at a little federation. He's had, like when he wrestled on Long Island, he used
Yeah.
to like somehow pull me into the show a little bit from the audience, and he'd always point me out and stuff like that. I'm like, "Oh my goodness, this kid of mine." But this was above and beyond anything I ever expected to happen. It feels very special. It makes my heart melt for my sweet Greggy. He's like, I have three boys, but I mean, and they're all sweet, but I just can't believe that he pulled me into the story like that. That's the biggest compliment a mom could get. I'm going to start to cry. Oh my goodness. I'm getting emotional. I'm like, it just gives me goosebumps. It's so sweet. It's just the sweetest thing ever. The love. It's great.
My wife watches AEW with me. I do my own show after that, and I got to take in all the wrestling on Wednesday nights. And by far, her favorite thing from this Wednesday was your sign-off, so to speak.
They had to talk me into that. I did not want to do it. I did not. I am like, I am not going on national TV. Oh my goodness, I'm a retired teacher. That's so embarrassing. It's so wrong. And they just tried and tried. Eventually they said, you are a character. This is not, you're a character. You can do that. And I was like, all right. Now I'm so glad I did that because I love it.
Yeah.
I changed completely, but I was a little bit like, like shy about it. I'm like, really, that rude and crude? But it was great. It was. I'm so glad they convinced me, and everyone was coming over. You have to do it. It's the best way to end it. But it was great. It was wonderful.
I mean, my wife's a new special education teacher. She thought it was the best thing on the show, and it was a very good show. So I mean,
I'm a retired special education teacher.
Oh, fantastic!
And for elementary, so I'm thinking like, some of my kids are going to watch. That's really not what a teacher does. So.
Oh man.
Yeah, right.
It's the new normal.
How embarrassing. And I'm a character. That's the way I got talked into it. Up your character. I'm like, okay, I'm a character. Characters do things out of they're. So it was great. I'm really not that much of a character. I'm really just a mom.
You said that
mom character.